Good afternoon. It's 3:33 where I'm at, and I come to share this insight, which is really more a repetitive, reflective expression of the all of the oneness that's truly the same. So, our brain, our human brain, it's there to solve problems, solve puzzles, riddles, look up for patterns and threads, and discover new innovative ideas, concepts, and help co create an imaginative reality based on the power of love, which comes from our heart, or our heart brain, if you want to call it. So, the human brain is always looking for the contrast. A lot of times, out of insecurity, it's comparisons, which has a little bit more of a judgment. But contrast, the shades, the hues, the graces, the outlines, the borders, the patterns, which my brain's always wanting to do. Hence why I do these videos. Speaking about my different perspective of the sameness and the patterns I see, which bring you back to the same, because the heart internalizes things a little differently. The heart internalizes things as the same. That the heart internalizes how relative everything is to everything else, how we're all the same, how we're all similar. That's what love is. Love is you, and compassion and empathy is you see something and you feel for what it's going through. You have a knowing of suffering or of loss, of grief, of lack. And a lot of our old concepts come out of fight or flight or lack. A lot of our structures, our laws, our organizations, our tools, our weapons. But the heart and abundance comes out of the nurture from the unconditional source of imaginative, creative source we call God, which feeds everything through the sun and the moon and the planets and the trees and each other and the rocks and everything. So I'm one of those people that really is good at seeing the patterns and the contrast and how we are different. So for me to find center and balance, I align it with my heart and go with the universal law of how everything's the same above and below. So when you align that heart, how everything's the same, with the brain and sees how everything is different, you get the paradoxical conclusion that everything is differently the same. In a unique way, we're all unique and special, so we don't have to strive for perfection or uniqueness. We are it as we be and fall in our inherent nature, our preferences, our desires, our urges, our intuition, which we align when we align our brain and our heart, accept our shadow and our light, pull into unity our ego with everything else, and follow the guidance of the omens of the innate, which comes through each other, through the artistry, to the crap and shit of books, literature, TV, videos, and through nature itself, the nurture of the trees, of the planet Gaia, of animals, and the nurture of expressing love, which is what I'm doing right here, right now, in a safe format for my avatar, which has always found it to be unsafe, always feeling everybody's feelings, being the scapegoat for speaking my truth and being authentic, and not really being interested in the human game and the old paradigm as it was before. This protects me, and it protects you from having these conversations with me one-on-one when you'd rather ego, posture, which is okay, talk about things that I might not prefer, which is okay, because it's all out of love. It's all out of your knowing and your level of growth, which is not a hierarchy, because we're all the same, because I am no stronger or weaker than you. Nothing in the universe is. That's all the illusion of duality and these perspectives and these experiences. And every soul or combination of lights that experiences their unique journey of their different perspective of the creative oneness will have unique abilities.